Good evening and welcome to episode 46 of the Behind Enemy Lines podcast. You're here with me, your host Daniel.
And me, Greg.
And me, Damien. Are we sure it's only 46?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, okay. Seems more.
We count up.
We count up, not down, not backwards.
Cool.
We don't do the American style.
I'm still older than the podcast then, waiting for it to catch up.
How old, are you older than 46?
Yeah,
Are you near 50 now?
maybe.
Holy shit, you're old.
Decrepit
No,
old
no,
prick.
no, I mean, I'm 47. I'll be
48 in June,
No,
July.
no, I'm 46. I'm so old I forget my bloody age. I'm actually 46. I turned 47 in July. There you go.
Nice.
There you go. Happy
Nice.
birthday.
Happy almost birthday,
Yeah,
old
almost
fella.
birthday, yeah.
4 more months to go.
Morning,
we'll be on
matey.
the road.
Hello.
So, as you are most likely aware, we have our fingers in all kinds of social media pies. We are on Facebook.
I haven't
So-
had- I
I'm
haven't had
so
my
glad
finger anywhere in a long
I'm
time.
so glad you added the word social media to that to make it less gross. But
It's
then,
not-
what's wrong with putting your
but
finger
then
in
Damien
pies?
came in and like, boom,
What's wrong
straight into it.
I said pies, not
And I just said
Yeah,
I haven't
I
had my
know.
finger anywhere in such a long time.
human body
What's wrong with that?
orifices.
Come on.
Oh, sad.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We've got a YouTube channel, which has just had a video put up recently.
Yes.
We've got a blog, and I did it. I started us an Instagram. We're on Instagram.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're just like all the teenage girls.
No, that's
We
Snapchat.
got. Is it? I don't know. It's all owned by Facebook. So
I want
who
to be
knows?
Insta-cool.
Cool.
I totally want to
Insta
be
Daily, yo.
Insta Daily.
And
I
we
don't-
say things like
I don't
Insta
know.
that. Got to Insta that. Damien, you should be on it. You're always taking photos with your potato. You could have a potato daily.
Hashtag
Yeah, the
butt
problem is I have to take my photo with my potato phone and then I have to immediately delete it because I can't save it. There's no memory left on the
Was-
potato
Oh my
phone.
God,
So I take a
oh my
photo
God.
I'm gonna
and then I have to
get
get
you.
rid of it.
I'm gonna get you an SD card for your birthday.
I don't want your STD card. Thank you very much.
Come and hang out with us on social media. Drop by, say hi. Go and check out the latest video. It is super cool. Some Flames of War V4 desert action. Me
Finally.
taking on Dan. Finally, we finally got
Finally.
around to it. And there'll be a new one coming out shortly as well. So now, after doing that, we will crack into noob news. What is new out of Battle Kiwi? Our awesome mate Ollie at Battle Kiwi.
I'd just like to say how cool it is that we're actually leading off with Battle Kiwi as our first noob news.
Well, why wouldn't we?
You know, it's just awesome. I mean, like, we used to lead off with all the major players. But now, we're, you know, keeping it real.
Well,
I like
he's,
to think-
he's become a semi-major player now.
He's totally a major player. He doesn't even
know.
remember our names.
Well, he does. He's always like, fuck off, Greg. Stop asking for free shit.
I
You
don't
know,
ask
Greg,
stuff
stop
like
being
that.
a douchebag. Stop trying to get
That's
free
all.
shit. Damien hasn't even asked for free shit yet, and that's what I'd sort of kind of expect Damien to do.
It's totally what I expect.
This is
Damien to
true, but he can't make you enough canoptic spiders or whatever it is you want.
I haven't actually thought of anything to ask him.
Could you
Little
laser cut me
skeleton.
some more Necrons?
Could you
Little-
laser cut me a cod piece?
do. Do they make acrylic that small?
I don't know.
Battle Kiwi. So off the back of the success of the Sanctuary Moon Kickstarter, not indoor,
No, okay.
they're now available for retail release. So head on over to battlekiwi.com, look on the terrain page, and under Sanctuary, I think it's Space Sanctuary or Sanctuary something or other, you can go on there, you can order all the bits and pieces that were available in the Kickstarter, and if you use the code BEL5 at checkout, you get 5% off your purchase. So
That's
head on
pretty
over there.
swish, getting 5% off your purchase, just
I'm
using
okay
the
with
code that's associated with us.
I
don't know.
know, it's totally good.
That's
So
pretty good.
I myself, out of this, as I've said before, I have the bunker and I have the laser tower, and I showed a bit of those at the back end of our video from Flames of War, and I've got the landing pad on the way as well. So very excited to get that built, and I'll do a video for those.
I'm trying to look at it, but because some dumb Australian cut the internet cable in Australia.
You mean some dumb Hamiltonian?
No, it's in Sydney that where the
Come
cable's
on,
been
it
cut.
did not happen in Herpeston. It was in
No,
Australia.
they don't. I was trying to figure out. It's like, why are they saying it would happen in Hamilton? Nothing good ever happens there. Why would they even have an internet cable there? But to make it's the landing in Sydney where the
Yes.
fibre hits Australia before it goes somewhere nice, like America, where we get all our YouTubes from. You know, and some
Dear
some
international
drongo.
listeners, New Zealand's internet comes to us via one cable. That's it.
And
Yeah,
right
and it's
now,
copper.
it's the fiber
Oh, it's
cable.
fibre now, that's
It's the
right.
fiber cable, and some yob in Australia has done the old slicey dicey to it, and a bit of a whoopsie. which is
Ring
strange.
before you dig.
Didn't want to run over that dingo, mate, so I went into the cable instead. Sorry.
The thing is, these are like heavily secured cables because they're what is it? They're like national security risks. The New Zealand one's all super secure. I'm guessing the Australian one not so much. They're like, what's this, mate? Oh, just dig here. Oh,
what's that? Oh, it just looks like a phone cable. Let's cut it and see what
what's
happens.
this? Oh, it's not even copper. Can't seal this, mate. Australian noises, etc. Finally, the internet works. So yeah, I'm looking at these Sanctuary Moon things. Oh, they're 6. Oh, they're nice.
I know, right? Super easy to build as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, totes easy to build.
That's pretty cool. So Ollie's got the full range up on battlekiwi.com.
Yep.
And
they
New
do
Zealand
look
dollars.
very good. And it's in New Zealand dollars, Pacific
Oh,
pesos.
wow.
So all you international listeners will get a
It's
pretty
about
damn
half.
good deal.
about half for you.
Yeah.
So the landing pad, which is huge, is
it's massive, man.
$89. So that's about £45, which I don't know if that's
About
lots
50,
or not.
about 50 US.
And about
About
50
55.
US dollars. And if you order over 175, I know international shipping, you get capped shipping, but you get shipping nonetheless. But New Zealand and Australia get free shipping over a certain amount, which is kind of cool.
$75.
And 175 you're Australian.
I think you should cut that that Australian free shipping out just because...
Until they restore our
humper.
cable. Do not flick the bloody thing, Greg!
It was an accident!
Whatever, Greg's useless.
So I can't look at these anymore, but they're a really good product by the looks of things. Once I can see them, I'll be able to say they're good. But Greg, you own a couple, and you've been able to shill and tell us exactly how much you enjoy them.
I do enjoy them. I'm looking forward to using them in a Star Wars Legion game this weekend, hopefully.
Which segues into noob news.
Yeah,
More
FFG
news, yeah, I
Star
guess.
Wars Legion releasing tomorrow. So the shipments are out the door. They will arrive to New Zealand customers tomorrow. I believe there was a kerfuffle because Australia Post is really, really shit. So Australian people have got theirs already.
Kerfuffle.
Hang on, you just said that if Australia Post is really shit, so they got this stuff first?
They got their stuff first because they got sent out earlier.
Well, then
because they normally expect them to be terrible.
Correct.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
And then Australian Post actually did something decent for a change.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man.
Horrible. So super looking forward to that one. Hopefully do swapsies with Monkey on Friday. And then we'll be super all ready to go.
Dan, are you getting into all this Imperial versus Rebels stuff,
Sure.
Star Warsy bits and bobs?
I will look into it slightly later. I have some...
Can't get it.
Yeah, you can.
Pre-sold out.
I have...
it'll be
Yeah,
back in next
I'm just
week.
going to wait for the next round. The reason for it... Stop wobbling.
Tim.
Cables. God damn it.
It's not my fault your cable's hanging down in
Well,
the wrong
stop
place.
wobbling. We'll move the cable.
Okay, I will. So I'm sorry
Oh
if
my
I make,
God.
I'm sorry if I make any noises here. But I'll just move the cable so it stops Dan packing.
Jesus, what the
Because I'd rather have him blowing up at Greg, because that's funny. Carry on.
Anyway, I'm going to wait.
to be professional.
I'm going to wait for the hype. We're supposed to be. Not a chance. I'm going to wait for the next wave of actual. We've got enough stock. But because it's a Final Fantasy fight game, is that what they're called?
Fantasy Flight.
Fantasy Flight. Final Fantasy Flight. No. I
Where's
don't
my
want to.
chocoballs?
I don't want to cloud my vision.
I see what you did there.
It's
Don't do
because
it again.
I don't know if they want to keep releasing upgrades and stuff like X-Wing.
So the plan will be that there will be waves of kit that comes out. And
Yeah, but
things all
will
the
that
time.
waves be better than like X-Wing, where you can't just use a bog standard X-Wing and stuff anymore?
Shit, I've
and
lost
you-
my jandal.
No. So the way that it's set up in terms of building lists and all the rest of it, you need to have all the core. So you need to have like stormtroopers, and you need to have rebel troopers and all the rest of it. So that doesn't change, and I don't think you can really make them better.
Well, to be honest, it'd be a pretty shit game if you didn't have stormtroopers.
Exactly. So you can't have a whole list of elites as well.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can't just have Vader and Veers and all the rest of it. You have to choose a leader, and you have to have so kind of like in the same vein as Flames of War, where you've got to choose your formation HQ and then compulsory choices.
So you gotta take the stuff you don't like before you can choose the cool stuff.
Totally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. I was just hoping it wasn't that because you know how fun this Fantasy Flight can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. So maybe, but it's future. I've got so many things to do, so many things to paint. Many busy Daniels.
How's my wheelchair lord going?
Oh, when I find him, he'll probably get a black spray paint.
He's going
Don't know where to
really
put him.
good.
Where
Really
did
He
I
doesn't,
put
need,
him?
he doesn't need a black spray paint. I'd already undercoated him silver. He's ready
Oh.
to go.
Oh, then I just need to do the last touches on
You
it.
just need to find him. Last
You
I
just
saw
need
him,
to
he was
find him.
over there on that desk somewhere.
He's probably still buried over there somewhere. Anyway, enough about him. Back to the show.
Latest out of Battlefront, Armoured Fist is on the way. We've had a bit of a review up over on the blog, and I am about to post up another article about the force choices for the 7th Armoured Division out of that book. So
Is that that's the Shermans? Is that right? Or is that the Churchills?
No, so it's been pointed out to me that the Shermans, which was out of the county of Wiltshire Yeomanry, wasn't actually part of the 7th Armoured Division. They were part of the 9th Armoured Division, which at the Second Battle of El Alamein was attached to the 7th Armoured Division. So they're included there as part of that, but they're not part of it.
You lost me at who gives a shit.
So, 7th Armoured Division, you have the Royal Scots Greys, Field and Grants. You have the County of London Yeomanry with, they've got Crusaders.
Yeah.
And then you've got the 8th Hussars, which are Honey Stewarts.
One of the things I like about the books is it does contain a lot of the stuff from the Desert Rats book as well. Like they put all the same stuff back in.
Yeah.
So if someone's like, oh, I feel ripped off with Desert Rats, you've got to then, because Battlefront made the decision. It's like, well, you can buy 2 books, which in the past you would have had to.
Yeah.
But now they've said, well, we put all the stuff in this book with this as well,
Yeah.
so you don't have to buy as much. But usual whingers will have a cry, boo-hoo.
Already
What's our retail on the books that are coming out
$20.
compared to the old ones?
$33-ish.
So
New
the old
New
books,
Zealand.
the old books New Zealand were about what, 60?
80.
For the big ones, they're
Yeah.
about $80 for the thick
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
Whole
Yeah.
mofo. So
They were
it's,
like a proper rule book size, but that's for the big thick ones.
Yeah.
The small ones have remained about the same price, $35 since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
And so the new books coming out are, sorry,
33.
33.
Yeah,
33
that's
yeah.
good.
33, 35.
So that's fine.
And they're hardcover.
Yeah.
They are.
Armoured Fist is supposed to sort of bridge that gap between Desert Rats, give you a bit more choice in terms of the armoured stuff. while
Every
still
time
be
he
able
says that,
to-
it just seems like he's saying armor fist.
Say it, Greg?
Armoured Fist.
I don't think
Oh,
he's
no, but then he went.
emphasised
Then he went armored,
Mid.
and then he went fist.
armored fist.
Yeah,
You know,
he,
so
he,
sort
got,
of
he got
armor
the
fist.
he got the
Armor
armored
fist.
down. Then he's like fist. It's like
Feast.
an armored fist.
I know we
I want to eat an armored fist.
Listeners, I'm
give me
afraid
a
I'm
feast.
sorry you can't see this, but we're actually putting hand motions. It's like fist.
Armored my fist.
I'm a fist.
I'm
I'm a
armored.
fist.
My
Carry on,
armored.
Greg.
Hang on, my armored fist.
In other news, out of Behind Enemy Lines, the second host is looking for a new show. So believe it or not, version 4 turned 1 last week.
Has it been out that long?
It's been out a year.
Wow,
1 year, 8 books.
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that it's been around for a year already.
I played one game.
No.
Of
Yes.
V4.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Wow. Sad.
That's right. You can play another one on Friday.
Yeah, I know.
2.
So that'll be
Experienced.
2.
Yeah,
All right. Cool.
be fine.
Play more.
Avanti releases continue as well out of Battlefront. So Armoured Fist, when that comes out, there'll be a whole heap of new plastic releases for that. Plastic Churchills.
You
new
get a plastic
Shermans.
Churchill with the book.
Yeah, I want to know how I can get mine.
Probably through the internet, or when you buy a book on.
No, if you take your Desert Rats in, you get a free Churchill.
I just say your Desert Rats in.
Something like that.
Oh, that sounds silly.
Weird, eh?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, new out of G-Dub. All the fucking hype in the world about this one. Forgebane. Holy shit, people are going nutballs.
Yeah, that's a pretty big box set. It's the AdMech with 2 new little mini robots.
Yeah, what are they called?
Mini Knights?
Yeah, that's
Baby
what
Knights.
everyone's calling
Teeny
them.
tiny Knights.
Yeah.
Armigers or something like that.
That's them.
Yeah. They're because they use knightly orders when they use knights, obviously. So Armigers would be a small one. I think it's more of a Armiger's more of a weapon, like a throwing weapon or something. I can't remember.
That's an
my medieval
arquebus.
history.
Are you thinking of an arquebus?
No, that's a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, an Armiger is something like that. It's like a catapult in a sort of version, I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
Right,
but anyway, 2 little robots, a bunch of new or the same robot dudes.
Like
Necrons.
Skitarii stuff.
Well, Skitarii people robots,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
of course regular robots, Necrons. But that's there's nothing new except the surfing leader guy,
Correct.
who with a deftly cut of a finger can be just giving the 1 finger salute if you so wish.
Absolutely.
No shit.
He will
Yeah,
be.
he's doing like a peace thing or like putting 2 fingers up. But if you just move one,
He's putting 2 fingers up like he wants someone to sniff them, but he just snipped the other one off.
well, you don't snip it. You just bend.
You're getting it, aren't you?
Yeah, he's getting it.
Oh, yeah, you have. Yeah, so you've gone halves with someone on this one, is that
Yeah,
right?
with Andrew.
Nice.
Yeah, I
What
saw
do
it.
you want Admech for?
Because he wants Admech.
I
But
think he
he's got
wants
a
the,
tail army.
I think he wants the robots.
He wants robots.
I want
it's
the robots.
Oh, hard luck for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Robots.
Yeah, no, so I'm going halves on that. So,
Is
you
it-
know,
yeah,
I'm almost excited.
this is. I mean, it's again, it's another
Almost a
really,
smile.
really big product out of Games Workshop that's just fucking hit it out of the ballpark, right?
Well, not really.
Really?
I'm not impressed with it because it's just like AdMech, same toys, meh, and 2 new robots,
So-
meh, and a bunch of Necrons.
In terms of whatever else comes in the book, do you get the 40k rulebook in the box?
I didn't really look at the back of the box or care
okay.
enough to like review it because
So-
it's not Tyrannid, so I don't care.
You and
You
your bugs.
get a reasonable amount of stuff. I mean, like the Necron side of it, you get the full sprue that comes out of the Immortals box, so you can make either 5 Immortals or 5
Shooty guys.
5 Death
Sniper
Marks,
guys.
Death Marks,
or
yeah.
another 5 Immortals with the Tesla gun. So you can have Tesla or Gauss or Death Mark Sniper guys. You get the full spread for the Lich Guard, so they can be Lich Guard with all the weapon options, or Praetorians with all their weapon options. That's pretty bloody good value. And then they threw in 3 Wraiths, because apparently they get some boost, but I won't be using them. Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
You're going to turn
I'll
them
be
into
twisting
Tombstalkers.
I'm going to turn it into a Tombstalker by making it into the Human Centipede style with their heads up each other's ass. So
Oh
I'll be doing that. And of course the Surfing Cryptek. Oh yeah.
That was the thing. As soon as they showed that, I was like, "Well, Damien's gonna like this. It's a Necron surfing on some scarabs."
I mean, for me, it makes sense. There's no way I'm going into GW though and paying full retail for it. So we're getting it. We're sourcing elsewhere. We're gonna.
Is it
Mighty Ape.
Mighty Ape?
Yeah, we'll probably get it through Mighty Ape. I don't know. Andrew hasn't told me yet.
270, I
Because
think it
he's
is, at
doing
Mighty Ape.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then we'll get it through there and split it 50-50. So
Nice.
it's all good. And I'll actually spend real money on
That's
crap.
what most people are doing
Scary,
with it anyway.
man.
I don't think I've seen a person who's buying it just for themselves for both
No.
sides. They're
No.
always splitting it.
Doesn't make sense.
I mean,
so-
that's the thing with these boxes. They advertise as 2-player boxes anyway, so I expect most people.
I'm gonna have
split
to try
boxes.
I'm gonna have to try and source a whole lot more 25mm bases though, because I saw the bases, and
Do
all
you-
my crons come with 32s in that box, but everything else in my army is 25. So
you
I'm
know what
gonna
you
have
should
to
do?
retrofit them.
Do you know what you should do?
Kiwi.
Battlekiwi.com.
I asked him for some oval bases for my Age of Sigmar Knights the other day because I could not buy oval knight bases anymore, and I was like, "Ollie, can I have some of these?" And he was like, "I'm really busy," and I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "How many coins must I give you?" And he's like, "Ha ha ha! Do not worry about that." And then he sent the stuff to my work, but he didn't write my name on it.
It just sort of turned up at your desk.
Well,
and somebody goes, this must be for Dan.
He wrote Dan the Man on it, and my mailroom ladies were like,
No shit.
they come and they're like, "Oh, I don't know who is Dan the Man," and I'm like,
Are your male ladies Filipino?
yes,
That's a really good Filipino accent.
I know.
Well done.
I work
Didn't
next
sound
to the
racist at all.
It's not. It's how they talk.
Okay, Dan.
It's like, no, they're not like, okay,
No.
no. They're very nice ladies who make sure I get all the mail that I have delivered to work because I don't send it home and it arrives in like 24 hours rather than 2 days. But no, he was quite handy. So maybe ask him, use that email or Facebook chat, see what he does. He'll probably charge you for them because you're a terrible person, which means I'll end up buying it anyway because you have no credit card because you're fucking useless.
I'm sorry. Who's holding all my money?
Oh, I am, because otherwise you'd spend it on sparkly shiny things or magic beans from some seller down the market.
Or hookers.
Or blow. Yeah, one or the other. It's like, Damien, why can't we
Mind
be
you-
trusted with money?
mind you, at
Because there's
46
such a thing as hookers and blow.
At 46 years old, his head would probably explode if he did blow.
Probably. Anyway, enough cocaine.
Be like that scene out of
Tau
fucking
Codex.
Tau Codex
Who
out.
cares?
So many fishmen.
Actually, no one gives a shit about the
They're
town.
the-
Sorry,
Not
They were-
true.
they were-
Andrew does.
And
no,
they were-
not even Andrew.
they were
really.
like-
he's spending all his time trolling all the rest of the Tau players. That's hilarious.
They were like, Tau Codex is out, you get one commander now, that's all, haha. Oh,
One per detachment.
And there's probably a whole bunch
Yeah.
of other rules that no one read because they went, "Hey, Necrons come out! Look at how overpowered they are now!"
Yeah,
So bad.
the funniest thing is
Can't
that
wait
I've
for
seen like
orcs.
that. I've noticed the Tau players are turning up on my Necron page, going, "I wish our Codex was as good as the Necron one coming out."
Can we come in?
But the thing is, Tau has always been like an awesome, like technologically advanced army with all that bullshit. Anyway, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I fly, I have a flamethrower, so I jump out of combat, and I'm 8 feet tall. Ho ho.
They've been
And
broken as fuck for ages.
whereas you have basically to rely on. We might get back up again, and we've got -1 on all our guns. Yay!
We get up. we get
But
up.
now you've got all sorts of tricks and traps and cards to play. So you're going to need all the cards. You're going to need the book. You're going to need you'll be tricking folk all day. Those command points you're going to spend, they're going to be mean.
I'm just going to be blitzing
and
those
warlord
command
traits.
points.
I've seen a few of yours, and they're like scummy.
The thing is, I'll probably just take.
Okay, we're talking about
I'll
that
just take,
Talco.
I'll just take the warlord trait again. That gives me +1 to leadership, so it just makes them harder to
Leadership
die.
12
So I just be like sweet, and then we'll just get up.
all the time. Can you ever fail leadership 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many guys do you guys to lose in a team?
If you roll a 1, what you'd need to
What?
lose 13 guys
In one round of combat.
in 1 round of shooting.
1 round of
To
shooting.
lose a minimum of 1 guy.
I mean,
No.
it's a real shame that normal robots have a 3+ save, and then the cryptek stands beside them and gives them a 5+ invuln against shooting. Eh?
Number
Yeah.
Wang.
And I saw one of your cards in there make some non-vulnerable saves for the people you're shooting at,
Yeah.
Oh,
which
it's
is great for
bullshit.
like those dancing elves,
Yeah.
harlequins.
And there's a little bit of war gear as well, where you just run around with it, and if you get within range, and you just go, I can shoot anything, including your character hiding at the back.
Yeah,
Here, have this. Have some mortal wounds.
so terrible.
It's lucky you don't play 40k anymore.
Well, I haven't for a while
Yeah,
until my
that's fair.
codex comes. Out.
Also out of G-Dub,
Daughters of Cain. That had some
for
really good
iOS.
advertising around it.
Oh
What's
man,
that?
those models look awesome.
It's the witch elves.
Which helps. Yeah.
The mostly naked psycho chicks.
Oh, Dark Elder.
Yeah, dark elves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, AOS.
I'll
Age
tune
of
out, I'll
Sigma.
tune out.
Yeah.
It's-
They looked like they were very spiky and very stabby.
The models are flipping like the Marathi model is just gorgeous.
Yeah, the snake lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's huge.
It looks so nice.
And for Necromunda, they released shots of Van Sar.
And SARS.
Only problem I had with the House Van Sar is
They look like Infinity.
they looked like
models.
Infinity minis because they had those helmets. They had a dual set of eyes on them. I was looking at it like, isn't this from the Infinity range of minis? I mean, I would have liked. I like their still suits because that's the thing they always had. They always had those because they're the techno gang.
Yeah,
yeah.
they had
I'm gonna get them because I always had a Van Sar. That's how I started back in 1990. Oh my god, 1998 playing them.
For me, somehow the Van Sar always they conjured up the images in my adult brain of Dune for some reason.
Yeah, because they were in
Too much blow,
the still suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I might, and someone said, "Oh, there's a female character in it as well." I was like, "Wait, what?" And looked hard enough. It's the bald character. I was like, "Oh, of course," because Van Sars have little goatee mustaches and stuff. But it was a completely bald character, and the only way I could tell it was female because it had because Games Workshop still make sure females look different by giving them boob armor.
Yay!
But it was very subtle boob armor, so I just thought it was like a Juve or something wearing a weird suit of armor or something. But it looks good. I will get them when they come out. They're not out yet, obviously, but I've still got the glass to paint just as a hangover.
Orlocks.
Just see what they look like. Orlocks, I haven't got them because they don't look like Orlocks anymore. They just look like bikers.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, hang on, why they don't? They're all wearing like goggles and they look like they're ready to like get on their hogs and cause some trouble.
I haven't touched my Isha. They're still sitting there undercoated waiting for me to paint. Like get around to painting them.
Yeah, we haven't played the new version yet, and I'm not going to start with the table version, the board game version, because that's dumb. I always like the 3D version.
Yeah.
But if I find that version is rubbish, congratulations, the older version has just scored some fantastic new miniatures for it,
Totes.
which
Absolutely.
is a Victor 4.
And I'm
worst.
just waiting for you guys to get round to
You're-
playing it so I can play, and I'm sorted anyway.
You're waiting for Arbites to get a release.
Arbites.
Arbites. Like, we said this earlier, like, it starts off R like a pirate, and bites like delicious bites.
It's just like ass bites.
Yeah, ass bites, but Arbites.
All right.
If you say Arbites, you sound
You've
like a
got the
Spanish-
diabetes.
I got
I've
the
got the arbites.
I got the arbites,
I got the
mister.
arbites, mister.
Have to
Hey,
take-
hey, yo! I got the arbites.
It's like I lost my legs to arbites.
In continuing news, the second host of the Behind Enemy Lines. Also, it's just something I've remembered off the top of my head that we saw out of the Gamma show as well. The next team coming up for Blood Bowl is Chaos.
Oh yeah, that's right. They've got no pants at all.
No pants.
It's like, what can we do to make an homage to the no pants? They're just like no
Yeah.
pants at all.
Zero
so
pants.
they've just got these buff legs and some sort of armor, but like no pants.
Zero pants. So good.
Like you could almost see their like
So the
chaos dongle hanging out.
The
It's
new
like,
Beastmen
whoa.
look cool. The new Chaos Warriors not so
Would you like
much.
to see my Slaanesh?
Can you give me some more? I got the diabetes. You know, I'm still laughing.
lost my arbutus.
I lost my fingers to the
Arbutus.
diabetes. Does my boy Josh lost his arm to the diabetes.
We got too
Lost
much,
arbutus.
too much sugar. We got arbutus in my place.
Diabetes.
Arbutus.
That's right.
What's next?
I was doing a bit of a troll on Kickstarter today and just having a look, and I happened to notice the Batman Gotham City Chronicles board game. Now I remember seeing this when it first popped up, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a bit interesting. And then I looked at it again today, and it's hit $3.1 million.
That's a
in
lot.
funding. It's ridiculous. The minis look nice, and I was tempted to jump in on it because I reckon you could use the minis for the Batman miniatures game, but I think the entry point was like $140.
Nah, it's too
That's
expensive.
expensive.
That's expensive. I'll just dig out my hero clicks and then use that. Boo, not cool.
Not cool.
And then I'll post up my hero clicks repaints on the Arkham
Don't do
the
it.
Batman game site and go, oh, you can't do that.
Don't do it. Also out of Kickstarter, Dave Taylor's book Armies and Legions and Hordes, a guide for painting.
So
model
what
soldiers.
is that? I haven't read it. I know Dave Taylor does lots of painting and lots of pretty toys.
Amazing painter.
Is it like a how to paint or just stuff I painted over the years?
It's kind
how-
of both, I think, from what I read in the Kickstarter. It's sort of a guide of
It's like
of
how he goes about it?
and all
Okay.
the rest of it.
It's
So
basically 30 years of experience
Yeah.
jammed into the
Because
biggest book he can make.
I imagine he probably has like it's a book probably full of. I haven't read it of the Kickstarter thing of it.
Yeah.
Of saying it's like so does it give insight in like how I need to paint a massive amount of stuff in a short amount of time but still make it look really awesome.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Man, I still remember getting on the piss with that dude when he came over for a GT. It was hilarious.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
That was years
So
ago.
he's also
Made
painted
out and stuff.
the
It's gross.
With the diabetes, they
With
shut
the
my arm
diabetes.
off. I lost my diabetes.
Ow.
Sorry, you're going to hear probably a lot of the diabetes.
Sorry, Greg. We promise we won't do too many more diabetes jokes.
Crap, I'm laughing too much.
Oh,
I've turned his microphone off.
oh no.
Turned his microphone off. His
Yeah. That's right, I'm
So
back.
Dave Taylor also he's painted the
this thing
Adepticon
on?
mini for Joey for This Is Not a Test.
Yes,
as well.
I saw that.
The bone
It
sword.
looked like the art.
Yeah,
Like,
amazing.
I mean, he didn't sculpt it, but he painted it.
Yeah.
So real and it's
So
quick.
that model's going to be available for order as well as soon as it comes out. I'm buying one. Another couple of cool games that I saw: Architects of the West Kingdom out of Shem Phillips from Garfield Games that did Raiders of the North Sea.
Yes,
Amazing
that
looking
is
game.
new. I
And
saw that.
also a really cool little fun card game that I saw called Tacos versus Burritos. So it's designed by a 7-year-old who wanted to design a game and get it put on Kickstarter.
See, even we
looks really
can't
cool.
design and put a game on Kickstarter, but a 7-year-old can.
So it's all about building the best meal that you can. It's really, really cool. I might actually order a copy of that. I think it's only like $8.
Tacos versus burrito.
Tacos versus burritos. You heard it here.
I'll go look at it in the break.
We'll go and look at it at the break. So that's all the stuff I found. What did you guys find?
Yep, cool stuff.
Same as always. Fucking nothing.
Yep.
I'm the one doing all the work.
Bitch.
Everything you
bitch,
found
bitch.
and talked about, I already had a working knowledge of, so you can go to hell.
And I already knew
Why
about
did you
everything
not
you
write
talked
it
about.
down?
We
'Cause
don't
you
need
did
to.
it.
You did it.
Because I did it.
That's
right.
what your job is.
Yeah,
Write
you're
down
a
stuff
media
down.
manager. You're the right.
We're
stuff.
just the
That's right.
talent. We're the
right.
we're the comedic
talent,
duo.
Yeah, we just
we get the lulls. You
we
tell
just
them information.
we just suffer from losing limbs to the diabetes.
The diabetes took my fingers. Oh, that's enough.
Guys are
See you all
guys
back
are
in
like
part
Laurel and Hardy, but
2.
cunts.
Goodbye. Need tokens, terrain, or custom Battlefield accessories? BattleKiwi.com has you covered. With a wide range of laser cut MDF and acrylic, it has something to suit everyone's wargaming needs. Ranging from the battlefields of World War II to the far future of Infinity, BattleKiwi.com has it all. Visit BattleKiwi.com, and for a 5% discount, use the code BEL5.
You haven't pressed record.
I have.
Where is it? Oh, it's like tiny little.
It's
See?
little. There you go.
Oh, that's better. And welcome back to episode 46 of the Behind Enemy Lines podcast. We're going to talk to you about what we've been doing hobby-wise recently. So, club was week before last, yeah?
Yep. It was delayed.
Oh, you went
Well,
there.
the podcast was delayed. The club was still there.
Yeah, club still happened.
Podcast was delayed because I had to go to hospital.
That is correct. That's right. You had mini Alzheimer's.
No, I can tell you, I've got my discharge.
Oh, you've got your discharge, folks.
I've got my
Here we
discharge.
go. So there was a bit of concern within the West Auckland gaming community when Dan was stricken by, what does it say on there? Fucked upness.
No, it was an... oh, there's a dog's going nuts. I'll wait for them to shut up.
So before he describes what he had, so I rocked on up to his house for some reason. I thought, I'll go around and see Dan. And as I pull up the drive, there's a bloody ambo right up the top, ambulance. Terry's standing outside, and I walk up mouthing, what the like that, with my hands out, and she just goes, Dan's in the ambulance.
So for those who don't know, Terry's Dan's husband.
What?
I mean wife.
Jeez.
What?
Sorry, Bears. He's taken and straight. Carry on. Anyway, what did you have?
Anyway, I had...
Explain to us what happened. Explain to us the situation.
Let's see. 36-year-old male, usually fit and well. Lol.
Does it actually say that?
That's what it said. Usually fit and well. I was like, I don't really agree with that. And it said Bieber following...
Bieber?
B-I-B-A, so I don't know what that means. Maybe rocked up to hospital. Following an episode of expressive aphasia.
Oh, nice.
I was like, ooh, that sounds sexy. Well, but it goes on to explain, was trying to read a menu on his phone when he developed blurred vision, mild headache, followed by trouble with speech. Knew what he was trying to say, but words coming out were wrong. Wife noted him not to be making sense, so called an ambulance. Fucking hell. I haven't read this before.
Hey, can you just tell the listeners what you kept trying to say with chocolate?
Okay, so I tried to say the word chocolate, but I read it as cromlech. And then it was like, and I was like, I tried it again, and it was like, chocolate. So I was like, cromlech. And I was like, well, that's not quite the word. I even myself was like, no. And then I was like, chock-lick. And I couldn't say the word. I was struggling. It's like, these words are hard. I cannot say them. And anytime I'd read something, it would just come out a completely different sentence.
Cromlech is hilarious, though.
But it came out real funny, and
The hell with you. I do it
turns
myself.
out the primary diagnosis was an atypical migraine. It's a migraine that doesn't present pain like, I have to hide myself in a dark room kind of migraine, but where I just say words wrong, and it makes everyone go, oh, look at this retard. So it's real fun. And it was quite funny because it's like, they write down a thing, it's like, no effective symptoms, what do they say? Works in IT, never smoked. No alcohol. I'm guessing like no alcohol at the time because like always alcohol.
I thought you were having a mild stroke and I wasn't looking forward to you dying because carrying your coffin would be a real cunt.
Oh, that'd be fun, eh?
But can you imagine, like, we would go through this place, and can you imagine the shit we would walk out of here with?
What's this wee business? I wouldn't be doing that.
Oh, we'd have to sell it so Terry could get
God,
money.
you're terrible. Look at this Australian prick.
I know.
He's already plotted.
It's like I was already like looting the corpse and I'm not dead yet.
You're not even dead yet.
It's still warm.
It's like I'm going to open the door and then loot
I'm
the room.
just gonna, yeah.
I'm going to loot the room.
It's the latest version of Munchkin. It's
I've
Munchkin
just
Dan's
killed the Fanar, and now I'm going to loot the
Yeah,
room.
I've just
Loot
killed
the
the
room.
house and I'll take his stuff.
Loot the room.
You kids. But no, I didn't die. Anyway,
go.
then the week before, we were at club.
Yeah.
And there
No,
was...
week after.
Was it? Yeah, it was a week after. Yeah, that's when I was like, hope I don't have a spares
It
out.
was a pretty small club. Like,
It was.
It was like comparatively speaking, right? So I played some TNT, which was awesome. So I think we're going to renew our campaign.
Yep.
Which is cool. So I played 2 games of TNT actually against Andrew.
You did.
Took my, what am I running? Tribals. No.
Raiders.
Yeah, but they're all girls.
Yes.
The bitches of the bay.
They lost both times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kept shooting them and stuff.
Yeah.
I kept killing dogs. That was cool.
Yeah, killing dogs is not a big deal.
That's cool. Andrew's force, they're all hassle-free minis, so they're all...
Oh, we ordered some hassle-free minis.
Did you order them?
Remember, I did.
Oh.
It said the ship, but UK to here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I ordered
Sweet.
Drumpf. Immortan
You
Drumpf.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's the other one I was going to order.
I was like, oh, I'm getting that.
Immortan Drumpf.
Immortan Drumpf.
Oh, have you not seen it?
We'll show you in the
I'll
break.
show you in a break.
Okay.
But yeah, I got that because I was like, oh, this is cool. Because all the hassle-free stuff is great. Because if you need punks or you need post-apocalyptic shooting up guys or mutant-looking guys, hassle-free, we've got it. And they're like £4 to £5 a mini.
Per
So
mini.
I was like, yeah, I'll take
Unless
that.
you get the Resin Masters.
Which are expensive.
They were the guys that did the old. There was an old.
They're the
Street
one that
Wars game.
Monkey has all of.
Yeah, yeah.
All those
And
little
his
ones.
giant box of I can't be bothered looking through.
Yeah.
He's got so
His
many of
box
them
of
there. I want to go
one-
around and raid that box again.
Well, you should probably not read it. Probably don't tell him in advance. You know,
Well, no,
on a
I'll go around
podcast.
and talk to him and then say how much.
Then
you
like
want for this
knock
one.
him out and take his stuff. Like, haha,
No.
success.
So did you order my Lana?
Yeah, I ordered your Lana.
Yes.
She was available.
Yeah, she was.
Whatever the Archer version character was not available.
I didn't want the Archer because that
I
won't
know.
fit with the Bitches of the Bay.
Yes.
Lana.
No, don't start that shit.
Lana.
Don't. Oh, you bastard. What else happened? There was some Star Wars dice roller game,
Yeah, Imperial Assault.
and the other one that rolls dice as well.
Destiny. Yes.
Yeah, and we played, and then we played some.
Cthulhu Flux.
No,
Monty
it was
Python Flux.
Monty Python Flux, but then I realized like I don't really know enough about Monty Python to really play this because it's like sing a song from a Monty Python movie or quote like 3 sentences from one, and I'm like I can't
You
remember
could
this.
have done that. All you had to do is just go spam, 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 spam.
Yeah, but
Andrew had already used that one.
I don't. Yeah, Andrew had already used that, and I don't watch enough Monty Python. Like I watch it once or twice and be like, yeah, that was funny, cool. But you guys are like, let's watch the entire thing 40 times. I guess like when you guys were alive in the 70s, you had nothing better to do, watch
wasn't
this
alive
shit
in the
over
70s.
and
We actually
over
do it.
again.
I wasn't
We
alive
had
in the
nothing
70s.
better to
Fuck
do.
you.
Exactly. What? Shut up, old man.
I wasn't alive in the 70s.
I wasn't even allowed to watch it, you know, because I was actually quite young in the 70s.
Not as young as I was.
Yeah. Nice one, Zygote.
What else was being played? Did you show
Epic.
us something?
There's a game of
Oh,
Epic as well.
yes.
So Net Epic was played, and that looked pretty cool. A little bit of fun there, but yeah, relatively small club, but it was good.
I was at the QMU show.
Oh yeah, how'd that
Yeah,
go?
it was awesome.
Heaps of cows.
Yeah, we saw cows.
Did you see John
and
Key?
horses. No.
Lynn Brown was there last time I was at the QMU show. Like the old
yeah,
mayor.
yeah.
Somebody like spat on him.
Yeah.
Did they?
Well, not like spat on him, but just walked up to him and sort of went, "You're a fucking asshole."
Really?
Yeah, it was
that's-
hilarious.
That's pretty rude.
I know, totally rude, but
That's almost as rude as me. The last time I went, and I just bought my Winston Peters T-shirt, and I stood outside the National Party kiosk and just stood there staring at their supporters until they got really creeped out.
yeah, but they all know you're a troll.
That's true.
They've
And a
been
creep.
warned about you. You know that, right?
No.
As well as that, I did manage to get a Blood Bowl game in as well. So I am participating in this year's Auckland Blood Bowl Federation League. I've taken my Chaos team, so I had a couple of warm up games before the season proper starts. 1 win, 1 loss. 2 games and a total of, I want to say 5 casualties. All told, out of 2 games.
Are you
that I've
just
caused.
trying for
I'm
this
not.
whole Blood Bowl career just to smash people?
Well, I'm playing a Chaos team. That's kind of what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So so I won my last game 2-1, which is pretty cool. Quite happy with that. And excited to be playing some semi-competitive Blood Bowl. I mean, it's a great game. I love the game. So best way to get involved is to play in a league. So coming up this week at Club, we will probably be playing Star Wars Legion.
Probably. So lots
Yeah.
of photos of that.
Yeah, or Batman.
Why? TNT's starting. You're the one that's thinged it up.
Well,
No,
it's
see,
just
they
gonna
got
carry
all overhyped with Batman, and Greg went and bought a bunch of stuff for it, and now he has to play it,
I bought a starter,
which is a whole
force,
bunch of stuff.
and so did Daryl, and so did Pablo,
Fools.
and mine's pretty much painted. I've just got to paint the Riddler, and I'm done.
Oh my god, so creepy. Yeah, but then people are just gonna be like, back to TNT.
That's cool.
It's the cycle. Maybe you'll have to wait till next cycle to play Batman. So it'll be about, what are we now? We're in March, so you
Yeah.
may get August. You might be able to play Batman.
Yeah.
You can schedule it.
No,
maybe.
I reckon about May, and then Batman will kick off really in about May and finish in June.
Yes, very
As,
cyclical.
as it does in the
And
club.
that's always, and that's, as I've said many times, the pain in the ass thing is like how to stick with the game. I mean, the best way to stick with the game is being poor, and you can only really stick with them.
Yours, I agree.
Yeah, but you seem to have so many games, even though you're like
I know.
you have no money ever, and you're like, I've got so many games. It's like, how?
I've got rid of so much stuff over the last 4 years, and I'm still finding stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
And
just
then
going,
you're
"Oh
still,
my God."
but you keep trading it all for Necrons, so it's not. It's like I've got too many
It's
warriors.
true as well.
No, I don't. I've got 17 spear. I've
17
got
spear warriors.
60 plus 17 spears sitting there, which I'll use as conversions and chop them up so we can
That's 77
get the
Necron
immortals
warriors.
and make some more death marks.
That's 77. You're playing Necrons. You're not playing orcs. You don't need that many figures.
Actually, yes, you do.
Because you can rapid fire those orcs and make them disappear.
I would actually like to run 120 of the little bastards.
And how many points?
It's not much. It's like 200, just over 200.
For 20?
Yeah. And then play a bigger game and just run 120 of them and just walk them
1,200
up.
points for those.
We fell over. We get up again.
You should name your dynasty the Chumbawamba dynasty.
Pretty much.
Crazy.
That'd be awesome.
I might, if I get time, finish off my TNT warband that's up there. It's nearly done. Oh, that's right. I did start painting it like a new dog for it.
Cool.
But I've got to print out the list again and just rework them, because the important Joe is very
Immortan Drumpf.
No, my guy is called.
Immortan
He's
Joe.
called Important Joe, which is the original name for Immortan Joe in the Fury
Immortan Jump.
Mad Max Fury Road.
In the comic.
Yeah.
The graphic
Well,
novel.
his name starts off as Important Joe, but then he turns into Immortan Joe before he becomes, because he's like he took that place. If you read the comics and stuff, he takes that place off another bunch of people, and that's how he ends up with that hilltop or that mountaintop place.
Yeah.
You know, and then he becomes a bit crazy and a bit of radiation poisoning. You know,
No, he's
bit
fine.
of cancer. You know,
This is fine. All he needs is for what's his face to have a baby brother, and it'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. So weird. So
Rictus.
creepy. Yeah, Rictus.
Yeah. I had a baby brother.
He
He was perfect.
Don't blow the levels with your.
You were so loud.
Yeah, you're right up, and the people are going to be like, "What happened to my?" If they're wearing headphones, headphone warning.
Part
So
of the
sorry.
joy of listening to this. You can't put the warning after the event.
Sorry, post apology for the warning that didn't help you, and apology for Greg. Being
So what have we got coming up on the tournament calendar?
Oh.
I believe NetCon. We've got NetCon next weekend.
Oh, is that next weekend? I'm going to actually enjoy an Easter where I do nothing.
Yeah, me too. I was going to go to NetCon.
I thought you were going.
No, I'm not going. I'm changing that, and I'm going to go and play in the Wellington Cup for Blood Bowl in May. So roadie down to Wellington for a few days to play some Blood Bowl.
That's a good call. I'm glad I recommended it to you. Because I thought you and Daryl would actually be the ones from the club that would most likely do it. And lo and behold, you are.
Yep.
Just win now. That's all.
I would quite like. I mean, Blood Bowl's a game where you can sort of. I mean, there's a little bit of skill involved, but it all comes down to Nuffle deciding whether or not you're in his favour. So.
May the odds be forever in your favour.
That's Lara Croft Tomb Raider. That one.
No, it's not.
It's creepy woman made up in bloody what's his face with Katniss shooting arrows at everybody.
Games.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
No, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, the Hobbits.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
close. They're all the same, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm surprised Legolam's not in there just going, look at me, I'm an elf.
yeah. Who's in the Hobbit? It's like, look at me, I'm not even supposed to
Or
be
he could've-
here.
I mean,
Yeah.
What the
hell,
is
I
this
mean,
doing?
any
What
character,
have we denigrated into here? This is a
I don't know, but any
podcast.
character could lose their fingers to the RBDs.
Diabetes.
Not Legolas.
He could.
He lost his legs.
See
He's
me
Legolas.
See me Legolas. Nobody touches a dwarf.
I am Legolas because I lost it to the RBDs.
Holy shit! we've
Terrible.
lost it, fucking lost
Absolutely
it.
terrible.
All right. So what do you? So what's the next project?
Panzer Shrek junk. Oh, next project. What I'm painting and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Oh, what are you taking to Panzer Shrek?
I don't know.
Who are you going to? Who are you
Bob
teaming up with?
probably.
Yeah, who are you teaming up with since you
Bob.
didn't want to go with me anymore?
Bob. I asked Bob. He's like, yeah, cool. I guess so. And he's like, I never played a game of version 4, so I'm like, well, I guess.
Tell them it's like version 3,
best-
but newer.
I was like,
I
best time to learn's in a tournament, right?
I ended up with
That's right.
Greg as the booby prize. Thanks, Dan.
It was
No
your
worries.
idea.
Well, I just wanted to piss Dan off.
It was
so-
it was punishment for me, like saying, I don't really like Damien anymore. And he's like, well, I'm taking Greg. It's like,
Yeah.
it was like, well, that's like going out with the ugly chick. So good luck. That's not making me jealous at all. It's like, you pick a lower,
Have you
a
ever
worse,
have you
a
ever
less
heard,
standard model.
have you ever heard the term a grenade? You're the grenade.
I'm not the grenade. If anything, you're the grenade.
Oh, if he's teamed up with Bob,
Yeah.
that means Bob will actually try and play, so Dan will be stuck playing long games.
So will you. You're taking big armies, aren't you?
We'll be able to go and have coffee in town and check out the gaming shop.
I'm going to be taking the most min-size army I possibly can. You think a Fallschirmjäger army with an elephant is
Cool.
big?
Enjoy hanging out in
Are you
town with
taking
Greg.
a Fallschirmjäger army and an elephant?
Yeah.
Can I choose my partner?
Can you imagine like the noise,
It's too
like
late.
how he talks here and he's obnoxious, annoying, but now he's trapped in the car just with you as you drive around the exciting sights and sounds of Palmerston North on a weekend.
Mate,
where
Palmerston
most of-
North is still better than
where
Herpeston.
most
Mate,
of it's closed.
He's already signed up. Stop selling it.
Signed up what?
You haven't signed up. It hasn't signature
signed up
sign up
anything
hasn't
yet.
happened yet, and he doesn't know how to sign up. He
I
doesn't
I'll do
understand
it.
internet. You
I'll do
have
it.
to do it because he's like a
Are you
child.
taking FJ with the elephant?
don't know. I
might
don't
take
have an
FJ.
elephant.
I've got an elephant.
No, I know, but you won't let me keep it.
What happened to all your elephants?
Yeah, right.
They're long gone.
Ask Steve.
I think-
Steve
oh,
got-
actually, I think
Steve, you lent Steve one.
No, Steve lent me 2.
Oh,
So I took 2 elephants
Ask
as
him.
my last army.
ask him.
Remember when I blew the crap out of you and Dad?
No, it was to me and him.
Yeah, it was. I blew the
Yeah.
crap out of you too.
Yeah.
And
Sad.
yeah, and Ken's 88s didn't die, but we don't need to revisit
We had King
that.
Tigers that year.
Yeah, we did, and they didn't blow up stuff.
I think
Very
we came
sad.
3rd that year.
Yes, you did. Yes, there was a medal, and there was photos, and the inability to shut up. Yeah. A whole
And that-
6 to 7 hours home with like, hey guys, do you remember that time I came 3rd and you losers fucking lost? It's like, yes, we were there,
Yeah.
dick.
And you wiped and you like scrote wiped that medal as well.
Oh, I
That's
sure did.
hilarious.
Got photo
Didn't
evidence.
matter, I licked it.
Yeah, gross.
Oh yeah,
Disgusting.
Panzer Shrek is on this year. Apparently there's a tournament being played on the same weekend in Auckland though.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit dumb. Because
Seems odd.
it's like,
Well, hold on. A bit of background. So we got
I'm off-
Panty Shrek that weekend. There's the big Australian one as well, which a lot of people are going over to.
The Napoleonics one.
Napoleonics one is the old
Napoleonics
people
one.
go.
The
Melbourne
old people go
Napoleonics.
that usually play Flames of War as
Well,
their second
not
game.
all of those guys do. Most of those guys already love playing old people games, and they go off to play old people games.
Yeah.
Like the original Nosferatu one, would you?
He's never been to a Panzer Shrek, I don't think. And then
Because he's always been in Australia doing that.
and then for some reason there's a game on in Takapuna. I was like, oh, okay, cool story, but why? No idea what it's about because I haven't really seen any.
Birkenhead.
Whatever.
Same thing.
So sure, it's
It's
all
North
Takapuna to
Wars,
me.
so it's version 4 Late War Flames of War. Exactly the same.
So
as
it's
playing
exactly
Panzer
the same
Shrek.
as Panzer Shrek.
Is it doubles?
Is it doubles?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not exactly the
I
same.
mean, so how are they going to struggle to get people? Because Panzer Shrek always attracts everybody.
Well, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand why you would do that.
And the dates
Well-
have been known since like
no,
forever.
how many other Aucklanders do you know are regularly travelling down to Panzer Shrek apart from us?
Most of the North Shore Wargaming Club,
Who?
nearly all of us.
There's at least 6 of us
Was Rob and Bruce going down this year?
to Panty Shrek.
Bruce never goes.
He
yeah,
keeps
so
talking
Rob
about going.
might
Oh,
go.
please. Bruce spends all his money on flash places that we see on Facebook.
And blow.
That's why
And
he's
blow.
always
And
broke.
blow.
And expensive 40-year-old ladies.
Okay.
Yeah. Not hookers, like, just trying to woo them, but
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Woo.
Yeah, no, I don't know if they'll get enough. They'll have to stack it with people from Hamilton, I guess, unless they're going to Panzer Shrek, which they normally do too.
No, I don't tend to see too many people from from Hamilton at Panzer Shrek.
No, I don't know.
It's all the Wellington dudes.
Yeah, it is. But we make that extra effort to travel from Auckland to,
It's a bloody good
Palmerston
event.
but we
It's a
don't go
great
anywhere
event.
else, so we're terrible people apparently.
Oh,
Anyway,
yes.
a bit low, bit sad. It's like
Yeah.
should have plenty of other dates in that holiday, but who knows?
It's not high on my give a fuck about it list. Anyway,
Yeah. It's easy, and it'd probably be easier to get to Palmerston North than it is to get to Birkenhead anyway.
most
Traffic and all that jazz.
Yeah, absolute. And look, I mean, FlamesCon will probably happen at some stage as well.
Oh yeah, get on to it, Greg.
Yeah, I might step back this year. I've run the last 3.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
You've run the last 2.
3.
2.
3.
2.
3.
I really don't know what I'm going to play for the
Two.
rest of the year.
2.
2 at the Only Hunger RSA, and 1 at the Bridge Club.
That wasn't you. That was Bruce and me.
Yeah, Bruce didn't do much.
You were playing, you jerk.
Watching you two argue is like watching a meth user chew on grass.
Exciting, but not at all nutritious.
Do you know why though? It's because we've got the diabetes.
Got the diabetes. Got
Yeah,
you the grass. Get
diabetes.
rid of girl legs back.
All right, well, we're going to take a break because we've rambled long enough, and we're going to come back and talk about the meat and potatoes, and we're not quite sure what we're going to talk about yet. So
We
we'll
have
find out when
no
we get there.
idea.
We have no idea.
We'll see in a minute. I'm just going to put some taters on.
Dice of War, Dice of War supply custom and historical wargaming dice and accessories. Unique designs to suit your gaming requirements. Visit the online store today at diceofwar.com.au.
And welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines, Part 3, Episode 46. And I'd just like to do a big shout out to Flames of War.
Don't.
Do it.
Wishing them a happy birthday, Battlefront, for 1 year of version 4.
Version 4.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Flames of War version 4. Happy birthday to you. So, meat and taters. Apparently we're gonna celebrate version 4 1 year.
Jesus. What the fuck?
That's probably the best intro you've ever had to any part ever.
Holy shit.
So, lead on.
So as mentioned in part 1 under Noob News, Flames of War version 4 has officially turned 1. And I cannot remember in my most recent memories of wargaming any rule set that has caused as much controversy as this one.
That's because of the internet.
That is correct. That is 100% correct.
Social media, internet, all that jazz, and old people trying to use young people. Well, so let me rephrase: older folk,
grognards
over 40s, attempting to use the Facebook and the communication style of I hate something, but not using it properly because they don't know how to vent their frustrations in a correct manner that's not based on a forum. And getting rid of the forum didn't help that either.
They're not edgy.
They're not young anymore. They're not. Your time has passed. Go away. Yeah. But I kid. I love you old people. Really, just keep doing what you do.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, there's a lot of controversy because at the start there was a lot of just dumbing the game down.
Yeah.
But as we've seen and played many games, there's nothing dumb about it.
Not at all.
It's real tactical, as we mentioned a million times before. It just seems like to me it's slightly faster game, but you can make it a long game like we did the other night.
We did. That game took about 2 hours to play.
Yeah, and there was unlimited turns in it, so
yeah,
we couldn't lose. We could.
You could.
We could. But it was different. It's like we said before. It's interesting. It's new. For some things, they still need a bunch of work on it, like a whole bunch of late war stuff. We need to have everything rejigged.
Yeah, the new Armies of Late War book is a stopgap measure for new players.
Yeah, that's the one.
But old players are still. You can still go and use your old V3,
and you can still run this from there as well if you're an old person. If you're an older player.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't mind at all. It's still.
So I think the biggest thing for me that has come out of version 4 is the ease of play, and the way that I think Battlefront has gone about being able to bring new players into the game with the new starter sets.
They've made it simpler by putting everything on a card.
Yep.
And like all your rules are contained on the card.
Cards are the best thing.
It's good. I went and bought those separate card sets that you could buy for a while, so I can just go through the cards and see what has what. I've also got the extra cards which have the special add-on
command cards.
The command cards. I've got them both for British and German because I accidentally bought them thinking they were the other cards.
So hold on. So I'm getting the Italian cards for them. The Italians.
Yes.
So do the Italians have a separate set of command
They
cards?
do have a separate
Yep.
set of command cards, so they need to have like a
So I could
potato
jiggle them and pastor them up and
yeah. So that you spend your extra points on those.
Okay.
And then the cards add a little bit of fun to the game. They're not something that's terribly balanced, except for the scout card, which has taken a year to be fixed, and that scout card is no longer you pay 1 point, your entire army is now the equivalent of hit on a 4+, and they're hidden on the move or whatever it was.
Yeah, losing tally-ho.
They lost tally-ho, which was no big loss, to gain everything for 1 point. Now it's 2 points per platoon.
Yeah.
So it's going to kick up some points. So you will be able to put on every platoon, but if you've got 4 platoons, that's an extra 8 points you now have to spend instead of 1.
And 8 points could be the difference. So 8 points you could spend and get two planes.
Yeah, you can get and you'll see if you watch a YouTube video how good planes actually are when I told Greg to use the guns.
Yeah, totally.
But the thing is, when mid-war is once again become the perfect game, to me.
Yes.
Yes, Greg, you have a question.
I just
You're
remembered
excited.
the rule that I thought that I got wrong
What was it?
in the game. So you remember how you asked about danger close?
Yes.
And it was, and I said no because I'm not using a template.
Yeah.
There is actually danger close, but it's within 8 inches of the model. So at no point I was within 8 inches. My units were not within 8 inches.
Is that for planes during bombing, shooting runs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we learn new things because we're rusty.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing with version 4, mid-war I like the most.
Yeah.
I've always liked mid-war because it's how I started in the game back in 2000 and when. And since version 1, I still think version 4 is the better game. I like the desert stuff because I've always had a British desert thing going on since day one. And I've got the Churchills ready in there for a bit of King Force action, which you can in 100 points. You can still take, I think it's 66 points. You get all 6 Churchills, even though there were about 5 when King Force lost one. But then you can also add a small motor company to it as well.
Yep.
With a bit of mortar support or something along those. So I get 2 companies out.
25 pounders in there?
No, because it gets
us.
too expensive. But unless I just go with the Churchill company and flood them in there, I can do that. But having 2 companies does give you motor company which can overrun. But that's more list building. We're talking about more how it's been for us over the journey of a year, switching from V3 and moving into the new world of V4.
Yep. So
And we had our first tournament in New Zealand. We had our 2, didn't we?
we had our first mid-war tournament.
First mid-war tournament using the new rules.
Yep.
That surprised me. It's quite good because a lot of people said, "Oh, it's a tank game," but every time infantry showed up with one of those embedded 2.8 centimeters in it, they'd rip my tanks a new asshole.
Yeah,
And bazookas now. I was like, oh,
like bazookas were legit before, and they've not stopped being legit.
yeah,
Like you have 5 bazookas in an armored rifle platoon. Sure, you're hitting on 5s.
Yeah.
6 if you're on the
and
move.
I was, and you when you allocate shooting, you are purposely getting rid of those bazookas. You are concentrating so hard on them. Artillery is the key to this game now.
I think it is. I absolutely think it is. It doesn't help you against tank armies.
No, it doesn't because it doesn't have enough AT.
Yep.
Planes are a bit of both. They can be good against, depending on the plane you take.
Yes.
They can be good against some tanks, but not very many. But they're also better against infantry and like gun teams. And things
your
like
tanks
that.
are going to struggle to get through a Tiger. Your planes are going to struggle to get through a Tiger. They can do it.
Most things will struggle to get through a Tiger, except heavy AT like 17 pounders and 88s and Italian.
But that's
90s.
why Tigers are 19 points each.
Did you figure out if you were cheating or not when you split your aircraft, or can you do that?
No, you can 100% do that.
Yeah.
So you can split your aircraft and go hunting for separate targets.
Yep, they are separate teams.
Yeah, but
That's
if you,
pretty cool.
I think I'm not sure if it ended up in the game, but could you split your aircraft to be on different sides of the table, like you could in version 1? But I think there was was there a +1 to hit for that, or am I confused with something that I shouldn't remember?
I don't know about that.
Once again, we're still checking the rules because once again we play too many games. That's our downfall.
But it's only been a year.
It's only been a year.
And there's been some pretty fundamental changes to the rules.
Oh, massive change! If you play it since version 1, you've flipped on the head. It's flipped the game on its head completely. This version 4.
Yeah.
Like version 3, that had a lot of issues with the same old combos, the same old meta, that thing winning.
Yeah.
But now with this version 4, I mean, there was a guy in the States who took 64 Stuarts, but they all had the scout card.
Yeah.
That was 1 point, and they were playing 115 points, which in the old money, it was something like a 1800 point mid-war list, which you wouldn't take.
There's no way.
There's no way you'd run that at a normal tournament. And of course, it was another 3-game event with no sports scoring, no painting scoring, so it was just straight battle points. Yeah, it happens all the time, and then they deride that the game's broken. It's like, well, you've had 3 games, that's not enough for a proper result. You haven't used no soft scores in there either. It's just pure battle scores.
Oh my god, it's broken. I better lose a finger.
And the card has been changed now anyway, or will be changed shortly. So
it's already been FAQ'd as far as I know.
Then that scout card is now where it
Sorry,
should be.
LFTF'd.
LFTF.
And there'll be a new version that comes out with Armoured Fist for that card.
And LFTF is out now.
The new LFTF is out,
out
as well as the
Thursday,
new
I think.
FM 101.
Yeah.
for Team Yankee.
I'm liking it. I still haven't yet to play a proper game of Team Yankee with my own stuff because I haven't got around to painting it yet.
Yeah, we should do that soon.
In a couple months, years when I paint it, I chose Berlin Brigade, so I choose the Berlin Brigade life, yo.
Don't do it. Just paint your Abrams and you'll be fine.
Oh my goodness, I wish.
Just paint them green.
One day, Greg, I'll get it all done, but today will not be that day when I am a busy boy.
I started painting my Marine tanks on day before yesterday as well, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy about that. Look, V4, I think for me, like I poo-pooed the cards at the start, the use of the cards in terms of the stats and the rest of it. I thought I'd be better off with books.
I bought them because you can't live without them.
Yeah, I completely agree.
You can play it if you're keen to go through a book and look for it.
But we saw in the game on Friday night, because I didn't know exactly all the stats on the stuff that I was using. Flicking through the book isn't
Too
like
hard.
if I had just had the cards there, it would have been easy.
Yeah, and I had the set of cards, so I'd just shuffle through
Yeah.
them to find the tank that I wanted and just use the stats straight off it. One card, one page, one set of rules. That's it. No
Done.
worries.
Done. A great idea. There's been a lot of talk that the Battlefront with this release is moving more towards the Games Workshop model in terms of multiple releases and
Not
all
even
the rest of it.
close.
Not even close. In my opinion, not even close.
What do you mean multiple releases?
So, codex creep or whatever you want to call it. So you have one codex and then all of a sudden there's a new one that's out for it. Desert Rats and Armored Fist is a great example. People are sort of using that as an example of, well, why didn't you just put it all in the Desert Rats book?
Because they didn't have plastic tanks around at that time.
Bingo.
And that's the thing a lot of people seem to forget, that Battlefront uses to promote their new plastic tanks. What is the point of Battlefront coming out and going, here is the new rules. Oh, by the way, we only have these resin tanks because you wargamers are cheap people. I know this. And you will all toddle off to Plastic Soldier Company and be like, I will buy their cheap plastic stuff. Thanks for the rules, BF. And BF gets no money.
It's exactly what happened with the T-55s, right? For Team Yankee.
Exactly. But now that's all been changed. Battlefront are releasing plastic T-55s. We saw that.
Yep.
So good on them. And that's the thing that Pete said. There'll be no more playing catch up. And there'll be, if we're doing horde armies, the horde armies are plastic.
Yep.
So can you imagine all that Russian stuff in plastic soon? Or later, eventually.
Speaking of Pete, I remember way back when I actually used to turn up with you guys to do a bit of play testing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I used to turn up to play some games with you guys. But talking to Pete, he goes, what do you think about moving the game onto cards? And I just looked at him and I went, I think that's a pretty bloody good idea, actually.
Are you going to claim this? Are you going to say this was all your idea?
Absolutely.
No, he's going to say he greenlit it.
He greenlit it.
I greenlit it. It's like great idea.
Great idea, Pete. Go for it, buddy.
Damien, the perfect sounding board.
No, I just thought it was a good idea. That's
whatever you want, Pete.
And he goes, thinking
back,
about cards. And
back in the early days, people put the stuff on cards anyway.
Exactly.
And some people loved it. It's like, I've got all my stats on a little card, and they print it out. And the moment Battlefront did it, a whole bunch of people were like, oh, I hate this. It's on cards. It's like, and? What's wrong with that? It's like, you do get a bit of like, well, we haven't had cards before. This is new.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have them. But I had them, and I was like, this is great. I can now flick through what I need to see.
Every time a war game releases a new edition or they bring out something like that, there's always somebody who jumps online and says, I made these cards, what do you think? And people use them.
We did it with Kings of War. Remember when Kings of War version 1 came out and we had them?
And we had cards. And I haven't got round to getting version 2 cards because I remember the stats of the ogres.
Well,
so it's like I just know.
It's not hard to remember.
It's not hard to remember ogres.
No. But it's making the game more accessible. It's making it easier to use for the players, while at the same time retaining all the flavour of World War II in the books. That's
the thing. When you play the game, it still feels like you're playing a World War II game.
Yeah.
If you want to get, it's the thing. But you see the people saying, "Oh, I don't like this now because insert thing it doesn't remind me of that." It's like, well, you've got the battle group or that other game Command.
I don't like this now because I took a really specialist army that was quite shit anyway, but I still took it and now it's not available, and so I'm going to pack a big fat shit about it.
Like we said before, it's like if you've got an army that you were keen on and you know where the history is, which is on all the Wayback Machines on the internet, you can go and write the fluff. Yep. You go and present the points you think
to Battlefront
and submit it to Battlefront, and you'll get an unofficial list up.
No, that's too hard. I'd rather just continually whinge to my dedicated followers.
But that's the thing. If you continue whinging, you've got time to go and write that up. It took me.
No, I'd rather whinge.
How long did it take me to make that GMC list?
Yeah.
Yeah, the GMC list was about...
None, because I did it.
No, you did not. It took me about half an hour of copy-pasting a little bit of change from Wikipedia. See, I'll admit to that. So where best research comes from.
Shot wiki.
I changed a bunch of stuff on it, got rid of the hyperlinks, like any good university student.
Well done.
And then the hardest part was photoshopping the little things into, photoshopping, using MS Paint to get all the boxes lined up for the tanks and stuff.
Yeah, but then
And
Battlefront went and produced a proper card for you anyway.
They did. I just had to make it look pretty, and I did. And it's like, what should I do? It's like, all right, give it the same stats as the useless half track or the T30. Give it the gun from a Grant, because that's basically what the gun was.
Yep.
And you slap them all together, and boom, you got yourself a cheap tank.
That is obviously way too hard for those keyboard warriors out there who'd rather continually pack a big fat fucking moan.
It took me half an hour to do it.
Oh my god, half an hour. How are they ever going to do it? Instead of they just go, oh, but I've got my Rangers. Oh,
well,
but I've got my
Rangers have a card now.
There's a card for Rangers.
Exactly, so they can't complain with that. But I've got this other specialist army.
It'd be like a whole army of Dianas. In fact, the Dianas would be super easy. It's like
a card for that.
You do. Oh, is there a card for Dianas? Oh, okay.
Soon, I think. It's either out or it's soon.
Well,
I'm thinking of Lorraine Schleppers.
Lorraine Schleppers different. They're already out. They're in the list. But
Yep.
if you're doing a whole list, because they had something like 8 Dianas or something, if you want to run 8 Dianas, just do something similar to what I did but a German version of how they set their order of battle up.
Yeah.
But and then people say, but it's up to Battlefront to do it. And it's like, I'm almost certain Battlefront is currently 1.5 writers,
2.5,
2.5 writers, 1 rules writer, 1 painter, 1 manager, and some graphic designer guys,
ladies,
and there's some guys as well.
People.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people there.
Yeah.
Well, they're like, there's support staff, and they do all the make that look pretty and make it go and stick together, whereas the guys who make it playable, is the word I'd use, there's like 3 or 4 guys, and it's like they can't do every single list you want them to. And I know what you'll say, they'll just hire more staff. You know, and I know that no company in history ever says, when you say, well, hire more staff, actually goes out and hires more staff.
It's not going to happen.
It's expensive. And it's 2018. There's some sort of recession on somewhere all the time.
No.
And the call is always to do more with less.
It's not even about recession or global
recession. You're a global financial crisis.
Or global financial crisis. What's about is, if you get a guy in, and let's just use American numbers, you pay him $40,000 a year to write a book about Hungarians, and you sell 1,300 Hungarian models at $1 a model, guess how much money you've made? The answer is fucking none.
Yes, that is correct. So,
well done, Greg.
You did good maths.
Yeah, you can.
40,000 minus $1,300 means you're still owed negative lots of money.
38,700.
All right, thanks, Rain Man. But yeah,
definitely Hungarian.
Rain Man.
Definitely Hungarian.
Yeah,
Time for what,
it's the thing. Yeah, they're still a small company. They're not Games Workshop level yet, but they are producing some fantastic stuff. Look at those plastic models that have come out.
Amazing.
Now,
thanks, Evan.
We don't. Well, Evan and the new plastic sculptor guy. I don't know his name.
Can't remember his name.
It's
on the website.
Yeah.
It's the guy.
It's the guy. We all know Evan because we met Evan a bunch of times, and he used to sculpt.
I go to his tournament as often as I can.
Yeah, and with that too.
He loves us.
The thing is, we don't we're not sponsored or supported by Battlefront in any way. We just really like the game.
You're an idiot.
What?
What?
I didn't say that.
He's an idiot. What?
No one's an idiot.
What the hell? Where did that
I
come from?
was just adding it to the savant.
I said we're not sponsored or supported by Battlefront in any way. For this, we're not paid to say this. That's what I mean.
No, God, no.
He was on a roll.
No,
we're not paid to say anything.
So we're lucky enough to know the guys at Battlefront, which means that we are able to get pre-release versions of stuff, so we can do reviews of it and get the word out there and all the rest of it.
But then that's the same with all the
other.
other.
That's where it ends.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course.
I mean, and it's like most podcasts and websites. If you put a proposal to Battlefront saying, I want to do a big thing for you, they will say,
Yeah.
maybe we'll support you with some stuff.
Yes.
But they're busy guys doing, trying to make their game sell.
Yeah.
And this version 4 has helped. It's the usual folks who are negative Nancy's who say, no, I don't like it anymore. It's like, well, that's your decision. Congratulations. Either that's the thing. I don't see why they still stick around. It's like, if you don't like it so much and you like to bitch about it, it's like, why don't you just go away? I think that's a younger generation thing. I think that's called trolling. Is that what the cool kids do?
Yeah, it's trolling.
Yeah, it's like, if I don't like something, I just leave.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't hang around to make other people's lives. I don't yuck your yum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't go in there to be like, oh, I hate this game. It's stupid. Haha, look at me. I'm like, cool, goodbye. I just leave.
See ya.
I do have to admit, I'm not adverse to shitting on people's parades.
You are a terrible person.
Yeah,
I can be a terrible person, but I'm also fucking funny with it.
Yeah, but it's by the same token, right? So you're not actively going out there and saying, "Well, oh look, I found a typo in the book. Oh, it must be a shit game because somebody didn't find this
Oh,
E.
no,
It's wrong."
I wouldn't get that wanky. I mean, those pricks can just go to hell.
Right? It's not like it just blows my mind that people will sit there and go through the books of the fine tooth comb, finding any typo they can. And sure, there's going to be typos in the books. It happens. But,
there's typos in all sorts of things. There's typos in all kinds of books.
Unbelievable.
I've read Games Workshop books that have entire words that are incorrect in them.
Entire paragraphs that are out of sync.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh my god, where'd that come from?
Yeah,
hey,
I'm
reading the same page
trying
again.
to read the Black Library stuff, and it's like, what's going on here? Where did this paragraph come from? I was like, oh, it's not supposed to be
and then
here.
you flip the page, and then it's like, oh, there it is.
There it is
and
again.
then you have to go back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But these things happen. It's a mistake. Editors miss it. Proofreaders miss it.
Typesetters miss it.
Everybody misses it. We all
misses
make mistakes because we're human.
Deal with it.
So that's life. But 1 year on, I think Battlefront is doing very well. They have a lot going for them and a lot more going forward. And with their social media presence as well, they're a lot more rapid to answer questions than they used to be. Like, you used to call them out in the forum, you'd wait days. Now you call them out, you wait hours at most because, they have a job. And, of course, most times when Americans call out
Sorry,
Phil,
that was me.
he's probably asleep because, time zones and all that
Yep.
jazz. Another thing, what was the other thing I liked what they were doing?
I think the funniest thing is that somebody asks for a rules interpretation. Phil provides a rules interpretation, and then somebody says Phil's wrong.
Yeah. It's so good. It's like, you're wrong. It's like, about my rules I wrote. Yes, very wrong. It's like, okay then.
Yeah.
And it's all in the book. They're in black and white. Just this weekend gone, there's the big Team Yankee campaign. Which one is it?
Firestorm Stripes.
The Firestorm Stripes one going on. And Phil was there all weekend answering questions and changing rules. They made a change to like NATO helicopters so that the little PARs can't blitz on anymore.
Yes.
And then fire the little sneaky missile by having a free move. Yeah. And then people are like, that's ruined the game. That's and it's like,
how dare you?
It's like, well, it kind of hasn't, because if that was being presented as every one of them was hopping, like, blitzing on, and then because you get like 4 of them in a little squad, right? 2? And you get, how many can you take though in an army? 2. Can you only take 2?
2 squads of 2.
2 squads, so 4. And all them blitzing on, that's 4 tanks gone. If they were successful, and the Germans, they probably blitz on a 3.
Correct.
Yeah, so they blitz on, destroy 3-4 tanks, causing platoon loss every turn. But they can still fly on and hide in the bush, because that's what the PAR's got, because they've got Hunter Killer.
Right. Yeah, they've got Hunter Killer.
So they've got that still going for them.
Yes.
And yes, anti-aircraft does get quite a lot of shots, but then what was it Phil was saying? It's like people are investing more points into their anti-aircraft.
Yes. Because
of the fear of helicopters and planes and all that.
And they should.
And you should, because they are devastating when you hit with an AT-23 missile.
Yeah, good luck saving that.
Or a cluster bomb, which is an 88 massive, like a huge template that just rips tanks a new arsehole. So you can either, as a allied player, go hunt the anti-aircraft assets with your tanks, or you can just find another way around it. Use your helicopters and planes as a strategic reserve.
Yes.
Keep them off until you get rid of that, and then use them to clean up what's left.
Or you take enough of them that you go through, and your first target is the AA, and then it's open slather from there.
Yeah, but Russians will have shulkers, they'll have the golfers, and then I think that's the only two they can usually get. Things like that.
Shulkers and Gophers. Yeah, Shulkers and Gophers.
But it's a game, and of course it's ever evolving, and playtesting doesn't pick up these things, but a massive Firestorm campaign that's picked up a lot of errors, and it's being fixed on the fly,
which is great.
so it's kind of almost
why
living.
why wouldn't people just be happy that Phil did that on the spot? Hey, look, this thing doesn't work. Let's fix it.
Because it broke PARs apparently, like their special rule being able to blitz on, because the NATO tanks can't fly on and fire their guided missiles. Their tow guided missiles.
Yeah.
So that's the Cobra, that's the PAR, and the Lynx all have like a tow missile.
Yep.
Whereas the the Hind has a weird spandrel thing going on that they just fired on the move because that's Russian doctrine. I mean, most of the time they missed anyway because they're Russians.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
We watched that video.
But at the same time, the Hind is a giant fucking flying tank that
and
is so difficult to bring down.
It is. It's just such a heavily armored
ridiculous,
beast.
Man.
But it's what's the same one at 3+, 4+?
3+, I think.
Yeah, where every other helicopter's like a 5+.
5+.
Yeah. Well, they are made of aircraft aluminium, so
exactly.
it's due to happen.
You hit them, they die. So
I like where Battlefront's going.
I do too.
I see the future being really good. So we've still got Last Desert Book we're going, and then we're moving, according to the website, going to Russia. By the looks of things.
For mid-war.
Yep.
Hey,
it's the only place left to go.
Well, pretty much. Italy's there as well for a little bit. Well, the Sicily maybe.
Yeah.
Bit of Tunisia. I know that's covered in this book.
But also like over the last year, and you see the people going, "Oh, I'm gonna leave. I might as well go and play 40k instead of this game." Well, actually, they haven't gone back to play 40k because they probably took a look at it and thought, people are having too much fun playing this game.
True.
Can't be grumpy.
Can't be grumpy in this game.
True. They're gonna have to play Napoleonics.
Yeah, well,
Pure grump all the time.
It's not true. I love Napoleonics.
Mind you, Dad always seems happy because it's because he's always beating everyone.
That's because Dad's always
Constantly
just murdering them.
Yeah.
Grumpy old man.
That's true. He did play again the other night till 2:30 with Kit. I got a text on Saturday.
Oh my god!
Asking if club was on Sunday.
Oh yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, I got that too, but really
And
late. I was like,
did you guys not reply?
That was like 4 p.m. when I saw it.
I think I replied saying no.
Oh, you bastards! Anyway, it's not very nice.
That's all right. He can turn up this Sunday.
Yeah.
No,
he knows it's on.
No, you can.
Yeah.
It'd be weird.
No.
All right, so a year on.
Am I wrong?
A year on.
A year on.
You're not wrong.
What do we get? What are we giving? What are we giving Flames of War V4 out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a solid 8.
Why?
8 because it did like that new Star Wars movie, right? Not the one that's just come out, whatever that is, the Jedi story, the one before that.
Last Jedi. So Force Awakens or
yeah, that one.
Or the one
Rogue
with
One.
or Rogue One.
So the way I did it is like I saw V4 coming out, I knew what the rules coming out were, and I was like, and I took myself down saying, "This is rubbish. This is garbage. This is the worst thing since sliced bread. Oh my god, this is terrible. Oh my god, no one's gonna buy this. This is the worst. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna sell all my toys." And then I played it, and I sort of brought myself back up.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what I did with the Star Wars movie. I sat outside the theater and I looked at the floor and I looked at my shoes and I started getting myself sad, telling me it's gonna be a shit movie. It's gonna be the worst thing ever. And then I got in there and then like the opening credits, Star Wars music and shit. And I was like, "Yay, Star Wars!" And I got really excited. So that's what I did with V4.
All right.
Bring myself down, then I brought myself up, and I give it a solid 8.
So
Boom.
what would have made it a solid 9 for you?
I don't know. Blowjobs with it as well. I don't know.
I was only going to say a hand job, but if you want to go the extra mile, go for it.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not going to ask you what you give Flames of War.
No, you ask
because you
away.
only played one game.
Yeah, but ask away. I mean,
Right,
I
what are
have
you
been
going to give it?
observing it.
What are you going to give it?
I actually can't really comment on that because I've only played one game.
Oh my god.
You fucker. Fuck you.
No, it seems fine. I mean, the only game I played was against Summer, and I kicked his butt. All his entrenched.
And he had a tiger.
And he had a tiger, which I ignored. And all his entrenched German infantry just fell over to massed machine gun fire from Italian tanks right up in their snouts, and it was good. And to me, like I've said it many times, version 4 just plays like any other version of Flames of War, except you got cards.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everything is on the card. It's pretty much the same damn game. You move, shoot, and assault.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah. Don't forget the magic phase.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot magic phase.
Yeah, magic. Yeah.
Rommel conjures up a magical
Mortal
Diana.
wounds.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, look, for me, I think I'm the same as you, Dan. I think it's definitely a solid 8. What would have pushed it to a 9? I would say that if we got things a bit quicker.
And if they gave us everything for free.
Oh,
That would have been a 10.
right to a 10.
Well,
Straight
why
to a
didn't you
10
just
there.
give it to us for free? Give it
Straight.
to for
No,
free.
not everybody, just us.
Just us.
Oh, just us.
Just
okay,
us.
yeah, give it to us for free.
Yeah.
That'd
Then
be
it would
cool.
get a 10.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mate, I'd be going 11.
Send us free stuff. Yeah. So that would make it a solid 10, obviously.
Pete, Damo said that the cards were his idea.
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
But yeah,
I just said it was a bloody good idea.
we here at Behind Enemy Lines are enjoying V4, even
Yep.
though Damien's played one game. We'll be 2 games
Hey,
by
I
Friday.
enjoyed that game.
You did.
2 games by Friday.
2 games by Friday.
Oh, yeah.
So looking forward to that, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, old noob Ferrari sitting next to me is going to tailor his list to destroy my
Just take
Italians.
something different.
I'm not changing
I've
the
only
list.
got Italians
I know.
I'm not. Are we playing 100 points?
built like that. No, 85.
So then I have to change my list.
Well, there we go.
You have to drop stuff out, yes.
Oh, sad face. But yeah, we're liking it. We're enjoying it. We're having fun playing it. You
Yeah.
see from the YouTube video, I think that's our first V4 one in mid-war.
Mid-war it is. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's super exciting. We had lots of fun with our late war stuff, but we thought we'd show you something different.
Should play some early war.
Oh, let's not go there because I don't have.
I've got early war Italians. They're the same as
Oh,
my
I got
mid-war
early war
Italians.
Fushmiager.
Yes, you do. You
They-
can
I've
glider
got
assault
they
everybody.
don't do very
I've
well.
got early war Germans.
No, not in V4.
No. Yeah, so like we were saying, it needs a bit more sanding around the edges to get that early war and late war back in.
Just use the early war FJ without the gliders and throw in some poxy P1s and P2s.
Boom, P1s,
Done.
P2s.
P1s,
yeah.
P2s as support. Done.
Pens are ones. Pens are
Oh,
twos.
okay, cool. Thanks.
Welcome.
But yeah, it's a good game. Needs the other 2 versions fixed, but that'll come after mid-war's
Yep.
sorted. I'm enjoying it. Damien's going to enjoy it. Greg
Yeah.
enjoys
Yeah.
everything.
I think it's great. Well, I do. That's not true. I don't enjoy everything.
Hey,
No.
you are coming on Friday night to film it, eh? Because you know what my potato
you.
hands are like.
Perhaps. We'll see.
You
Yeah,
have
I'll
to.
come pick you up.
Yeah.
You have
And
to.
yeah.
Actually, that's a good idea. You can just stand there and film it while we play.
Or
Why do
sit.
I have to do
You just
everything?
wheel yourself around the room, Grandma.
Oh, yeah, true. Cool. Anyway, I think we've talked enough about stuff.
There you go. Flames of War. You heard it here. Flames of War version 4. A solid 25. No, I lie. It's 8 and 8 is 16. 16 and 7 is 23. 23 out of 30 from the Behind Enemy Lines team.
Yep.
It's a pass mark.
Mm-hmm.
NCEA, you're fucking right there.
They're basically an A.
Boom, that's a merit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to university on that.
Yeah.
Top of the class.
Well done. Well done, Battlefront.
A+.
Well done. All right, well, let's wrap up let's wrap it up there. So thanks again to all the people that are subscribing, listening, coming and hanging out with us on social media. Massive ups to our mates at BattleKiwi and diceofwar.com.au for giving us the hookups and helping us out when they can.
Yeah.
But most of all,
Oh, Adam at Dice of War. I'm still waiting for that 6-sided one on every facing dice, bro. Just
yeah,
thought I'd
good
put
call.
that out there.
Yeah.
good call.
Probably has to set up an entire die just to make one die
One
just for
die.
you.
I think he's just got a square of wood and a
I was
sharp.
going to roll
That'll
those
work.
ones. Hey, that'd be cool. Get a blank dice and put one. It's like, hey, it's me. It's a special limited edition.
I'll cut you a square of wood.
Don't
I'll
forget-
whittle it for you.
Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, which is just look for Behind Enemy Lines channel on YouTube. It's
Behind
easy to
Enemy
find.
Lines podcast.
No, if you look at Behind Enemy Lines channel, it shows up too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that and the movie, but we're the more important one.
Totes.
But that scene
We're
where
on
the tank
Podbean.
shoots at
That'll be up on the YouTube once I load it after this because
Yep.
dual is available in a dual format, so it's available for you to download as a podcast
How
system on your
quickly
iPad
do you
machine.
think you'll get it loaded now that our internet is broken thanks to some Australian?
Probably 10-20 minutes or so. But that one, and Greg, we have an Instagram.
Yep. So come over to BEL_podcast on Insta. You can hang out there. So I think we've posted some photos up. And
So if you're
following people.
young folk with that system, cool.
also
Hey,
head on,
my
over,
fourth form chums.
head on over to Twitter as well. And come and visit us on the blog. Read some articles that are up there as well.
Yeah, hello,
Yeah.
fellow children. Join me on my Insta for my snaps and whatnot. I don't know.
I do have to admit, though, all episode I've just been hanging on to my enthusiasm for the release of the Necrons coming out shortly.
Well, we
So-
can talk about that when they come out.
Necrons
You'll be
next
like,
time.
Maybe.
Maybe. When's the release date?
Never. End of the month, isn't it?
They get resurrected on Easter Saturday.
Oh my god.
No
that's-
shit.
That's
No
terrible.
shit.
No shit. That's awesome.
They get resurrected on Easter Saturday, and all the shops are closed, so you can't get any of the stuff.
Sad day delivery from Mighty Eight.
Sad day's a normal shopping day.
Right.
Boo.
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 All right.
Episode
Thanks.
46. Boom. Done.
Done. Thanks. I'm Dan. That's Greg, and there's Damien. He's going home now. Okay, bye.
Laters.
See you.